Say hello to the LMS 042CT crane tank engine number 3249, which was in service at Crewe from 1894 to 1947. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this little tank engine and the accompanying wagon. Let's get started. To build the engine, you'll need the following. There's a full list on the screen. This is the supplies for the engine. I'll give supplies for the wagon later. Don't forget waste block and filler blocks. I've used dirt, it's cheap. Let's get started. Make sure you've got some track laid. I like to use anvils, oak slabs, and then some grey carpet for a bit of spawn proofing. If you're not on creative or you don't have a good iron farm or a good supply of iron, feel free to use stairs instead. They look just as good. We're going to start, as always, with the undercarriage. So begin by placing a waste block on your track. Now black concrete on top of the waste block, 1, 2, 3. Get rid of the waste block. Now we're going to make buffers. I got these from Crafty Fox. There's a link in the description to his channel. So pistons sideways. Now at the front we are going to put levers underneath and flip them open for buffers. Crimson fence in the middle and hanger chain underneath. Now taking grey or brown terracotta, both work just as well. We're going to come round to the back, and from this middle block we're going to run 14 grey terracotta blocks. 1, 2, 3, 12, 13, 14. And at the back, 1, 2, 3 black concrete. We're going to make buffers again, only this time we're putting the levers at the side rather than underneath. And finish off with a grindstone in the middle for a coupling. Now for the wheels, nether brick stairs. Leave a 1 block gap and 1 nether brick stair right way up, upside down underneath, come round behind, upside down right way up. It's a cross shape, let's pretend it's a circle. That's wheel number 1. Now we're going to leave a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to make another wheel exactly the same. Now we're going to leave a gap of 2 and make another wheel. I wish I could make this wheel slightly smaller, but I can't. That should leave a gap of 2 before we come to the buffers at the back. Now that the wheels are on, we've got to put connecting rods. Come to the front wheel. This lower upside down stair at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 iron trapdoors. So we come through to the back upside down stair on the second wheel. Now we repeat all this round the other side. Now take polished blackstone brick slabs. Coming behind the piston, we're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we end up 1 past the end of the end rod. Now for the boiler. Come round to the front and on the first grey or brown terracotta, a polished blackstone brick block. Polished blackstone brick stairs upside down either side. 3 blocks, 1 on top, and fill in the gaps at the sides with polished blackstone brick stairs. Lever on the middle block, flick it down. That's the front of the boiler. Now coming round to the side, we're going to run 6 polished blackstone brick blocks behind this front one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, giving a total of 7 blocks along. Now we're going to put 6 upside down polished blackstone brick stairs underneath and 7 on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should stick out 1 at the end. Repeat this over the other side and run a row of polished blackstone brick blocks all the way along the top in the gap and right the way to the end. Now either light up in here or fill it in with waste blocks. I'm choosing to fill it. Grab your polished blackstone brick slabs again. We're going to make wheel arches. So over this front wheel, 1, 2 polished blackstone brick slabs. And over this second wheel, we're going to put 1. So it's level with this end part of the boiler. Same on the other side. Now that we're done with the wheel arches, we're going to grab our basalt. Crouch to get under the connecting rods. And in this gap of 3 between the 2 wheels, we're going to put the basalt in the middle so that it's running up and down and it's got this sort of cobbly look facing down towards the ground. And repeat this on the other side. Now grab some black carpet and just spawn proof all the upper surfaces on this part of the engine. Now come up to the top of the boiler. Coming back 1 block from the front, 1, 2 black stone walls with a piece of black carpet on top. Directly behind that, a polished blackstone brick slab. Leave a gap and put a polished blackstone brick block. Leave a gap and put a polished blackstone slab. And again, spawn proof every uppermost surface. Time to move on to the cab. We're going to be working with polished blackstone now, so grab a polished blackstone block, and on top of these 2 polished blackstone brick slabs, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Do the same on the other side. Fill in the space between with blocks, just 1 row. Put 1 behind each of these 2 and fill in behind. Now a polished blackstone block either side. Leave a gap and 2 in the middle at the top. Come around to the side, polished blackstone stairs, 1 right way up, 1 upside down. Same on the other side. This gives us windows that let us see right down the side of the boiler and out to the front. Next to those, 2 polished blackstone wall either side. Now come down to this last wheel. 1 polished blackstone slab, top half, 1 upside down polished blackstone brick stair, and then 2 polished blackstone bricks. In this little gap, an upside down polished blackstone stair, and under it a polished blackstone slab. This gives us a little ladder for the crew to get up into the cab. Now back with polished blackstone blocks, we're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, do a second row. Now we're going to go around to the other side. It's a little different. So we're going to place 1, 2 polished blackstone slabs, then the upside down polished blackstone stair with the 2 blocks behind it, and we're going to fill all this with polished blackstone blocks. There is no gap here for the crew to get in and out, just the 1 access point. Coming round the back, we're going to fill all this in with polished blackstone walls, 2 rows. Let's build the floor of the cab next. At this front part, 1, 2, 3 polished blackstone blocks. Next we put 1, 2, 3 bottom half slabs, another 1 there. Now in the gaps here, we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 polished blackstone slabs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 polished blackstone blocks. So you leave this gap empty and that gap empty. Grab your coal blocks, put 1 piece of coal there, 3 along the back, and 2 polished blackstone wall there. Let's build the roof of the cab. So coming to this side where there's no gap to get in, leave 1 block, and on the next one put 2 iron bars. On this side put the 2 iron bars directly behind where the gap is. Grab your polished blackstone slabs. We're going to put 5 along the front here, 5 behind, and then 1, 2, leave a gap, 1, 2. I know that looks weird. It'll work out in the end. Let's do the inside of the cab. Blast furnace in the gap, item frame compass for pressure gauge, and a lever next to your blast furnace. You can have it up or down, doesn't matter, and hang a lantern from the ceiling for light. Now I know this gap looks weird. There is actually a gap on the cab roof of the engine. It's so the crane can turn more easily. And speaking of the crane, time to get on with that. Grab some polished basalt. In this empty block of the cab, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 polished basalt. On top of that, a polished blackstone block. From this point, you have to decide which way you want your crane to face. On my Alphacraft video, I've got it off to one side, lifting some rail. You could also put it out the back, or on the other side. I'm going to show you how to build it going over the front, which is how it is when it isn't in use. This does not lend itself well to diagonals. So we've got our block. On top of it, we're going to place a polished blackstone stair, and behind it, an upside down polished blackstone stair. That looks a little weird at the moment in this position, but if you've got it going off to the sides or the back, that actually helps with the arc of the crane arm. So on top of this stair, we're going to put 1, 2 polished blackstone blocks, a polished blackstone slab on top of this frontmost one, and 2 off to the side top half, 1 polished blackstone block on top of this slab, and then we're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 polished blackstone walls. Underneath this end one, place a grindstone. Make sure that the sticks are to the side, and under the grindstone, an iron bar. You'll have to crouch to place this. If you've got it set up to lift loads, add chains underneath between this iron bar, which represents a steel cable, and whatever you're lifting. It should be track, because this is for the maintenance and repair of track. Not bad so far. Let's make it usable. Come round to this side of the engine, the side that doesn't have access for the crew, and on this polished blackstone stair, 1 oak trapdoor, fold it up. Imagine that's a round flywheel, just do that for me. Round the other side, on this polished blackstone brick, another trapdoor, fold it up. Directly underneath, an iron bar, leave a gap, and on the block below, a lever in the up position, and then crouching, place an end rod on that lever. Come into the cabin, and on this block next to the crane, a lectern to represent a control panel. We are almost done. All that's left is the plates. So on this block, directly under our polished walls, next to the gap, a dark oak sign. Go down 1 and 3, 2, 4, 9. Now, so it shows up, you could use yellow or white. I like white because it shows up best. We're going to come round to the other side, and we're going to do the same. So directly under these polished blackstone walls, a dark oak sign, and yellow or white dye. That's our crane tank engine. Let's do the wagon just quickly. For the wagon, you'll need the following supplies, list on the screen. So leave a gap of 2 blocks between the end of the buffers for the engine and where you place your waste block on your track. On top of the waste block, place 1, 2, 3 grey or brown terracotta. Get rid of the waste block. Come round the back and extend this by 10 terracotta blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1, 2, 3 terracotta blocks. Now make buffers at each end, same as you did for the engine, but make sure that you put the levers on the sides. Grindstone in between. Now we've got a grindstone for a coupling on the wagon and 1 for a coupling on the engine. You could put another grindstone in between, or you could put a horizontal chain. I quite like how the chain looks. Wheels next. Leave a gap of 1 and make the wheels exactly as you did for the engine. So right way up near the brick stair, upside down, same on the back. Come to the back end, leave a gap of 1 and make another wheel. Put a hopper going into each of the topmost stairs so the funnels point into them. 2 dark oak fences between the wheels and the buffers. And 1, 2, 3, 4 polished blackstone slabs, top half between the wheels. Do the same over the other side. That's the undercarriage. The bed of the wagon is very simple. Dark oak planks. We're going to fill these 3 rows in the middle right the way along. And now at the sides we're going to put upside down dark oak stairs. Now to finish off at each corner, a stone button. And that's your wagon ready to go. Load it up with some rails. Wow, that's loud. And there we are. Your crane tank engine is ready to go into action, laying and maintaining track across your world. If you want to see more train related tutorials from me, there's links on the screen now. Say hello to the LMS 042 CT crane tank engine, which was in service at Crewe from 1894 to 1497.